you love zombies? Do you love drama? Do you love Fear the Walking Dead? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're in luck because we have some of the most exciting news for you. What surprises and secrets will be revealed? Stay tuned because we're about to tell you everything we know about the Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Part 2. The release date of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 Part 2 is the date when the second half of the final season of the zombie drama series will start airing on television and streaming platforms. It was released on September 20th, 2023. The second part of the Season 8 had 6 episodes, which meant that the show concluded on November 19th, 2023. Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 Part 2 is important for fans of the show, as it marks the conclusion of the story of the survivors and the zombie apocalypse and the return of some fan-favorite characters such as Madison Clark and Troy Otto. The trailer for Part 2 was released on September 20, 2023. The final season of Fear the Walking Dead is a preview of the upcoming episodes that will conclude the story of the survivors of the zombie apocalypse. The trailer begins with a voiceover of Troy Otto, a former antagonist who was killed by Madison Clark in Season 3, but has somehow returned as the leader of the group of fanatics who have seized control of a nuclear power plant. The trailer then shows reactions of the main characters who are shocked and terrified by Troy's announcement. They realize that they have only a few hours left before the explosion, and they have to decide whether to fight, flee, or surrender. Some of them, such as Alicia Clark, Victor Strand, and John Dory Jr., decide to confront Troy and his army of the dead, hoping to stop him or at least buy some time for the others to escape. They are seen engaging in fierce battles with the zombies and the fanatics, using guns, knives, and explosives. They also enter some familiar faces, such as Daniel Salazar, Luciana Galvez, and Wes, who have joined forces with them. Padre is a place that Morgan believes is a haven for his friends and allies, while the tower is a place that Strand uses to control and manipulate his followers and enemies. The two groups have different visions and values for the future, and they conflict with each other. The plot will also show the consequences of the shocking twist that happened in the mid-season finale, which is the 8th episode of the season. In that episode, Morgan decides to leave Padre and his friends behind after learning that his son Dwayne is still alive. Dwayne was Morgan's son from before the zombie apocalypse, who was thought to have died along with his mother, Jenny. Morgan was contacted by a mysterious voice on the radio who claimed to have Dwayne and offered to reunite them. Morgan followed the voice instructions and left Padre with a truck full of supplies. However, the voice turned out to be a trap, and Morgan was ambushed by a group of armed men who took him and the truck away. The episode ended with Morgan being held at gunpoint by the leader of the group, who was revealed to be Troy Otto, a character who was killed by Madison Clark in Season 3. The plot will also show what happens to Strand and his tower after he welcomes an old friend and enemy, Daniel Salazar, into his tower. Daniel was a former ally of Morgan and Strand, who was separated from them in Season 6. Daniel was working as a mole for the group of rebels who were planning to overthrow Strand and his tower. Daniel infiltrated the tower and pretended to be loyal to Strand while secretly sabotaging his operations and gathering information. However, Strand discovers Daniel's betrayal and confronts him. Instead of killing him, Strand offered him a chance to join him and reveal his plan to take over Padre, and Strand also showed Daniel his secret weapon, a helicopter that he had acquired from a group called CRM, which is a mysterious and powerful organization that operates in the Walking Dead universe. Strand planned to use the helicopter to attack Padre and claim it as his own. The plot will also show the return of Madison Clark, who was presumed dead in Season 4 but was revealed to be alive in Season 8. Madison was the main protagonist and leader of the series until she sacrificed herself to save her children and friends from a horde of zombies in Season 4. However, in Season 8, it was revealed that Madison survived the explosion that was supposed to kill her, and that she was living in a bunker with a group of children whom she had kidnapped from various communities, including Padre. Madison had become obsessed with finding Padre, which she believed was a place where her children were safe and happy. Madison escaped from the bunker and made her way to Padre, where she reunited with her daughter and her old friends Victor and Luciana. However, Madison also faced her past actions as Troy Otto, whom she had killed in Season 3, came back to haunt her. Troy had a grudge against Madison, and he wanted to take revenge on her and her family. The plot will also feature the characters such as Dwight, Sherry, John Dory Sr., June Dory, Grace, and Rachel as they struggle to survive and find their place in the new world. Dwight and Sherry are former members of a group called the Saviors, who are enemies of Morgan's and his friends in The Walking Dead. They joined Morgan's group in Fear the Walking Dead, and they tried to start a new life together. However, they also faced challenges and conflicts, such as Sherry's involvement with the rebels and Dwight's encounter with a group of bounty hunters. John Dory Sr. and June Dory are a father and daughter-in-law duo, who are also part of Morgan's group. John Dory Sr. is a former police officer who was hunting down a serial killer named Teddy Maddox, who was a leader of a cult that wanted to end the world. June Dory is a former nurse who was married to John Dory Jr., who was John Dory Sr.'s son and a former police officer as well. John Dory Jr. was killed by Dakota, who was the sister of Virginia and the leader of a group called the Pioneers, who were enemies of Morgan and his friends in season 6. John Dory Sr. and June Dory tried to cope with their loss, and they also helped Morgan and his friends in their fight against Teddy and his cult. Grace and Rachel are two women who are also part of Morgan's group. Grace is a former nuclear power plant worker who was pregnant with Morgan's child. However, she lost her baby in season 6 due to radiation exposure. Rachel is a former member of a group called The End is the Beginning, who were followers of Teddy and his cult. She left the group and joined Morgan's group after she gave birth to a baby girl, whom she named Morgan. Grace and Rachel tried to take care of their children. The series will end with the final episode of Part 2, which was released on November 19, 2023. The series finale will wrap up the story of the survivors of the zombie apocalypse and reveal their fate and destiny. The series finale will also answer some questions and mysteries that have been raised throughout the series, such as the origin and purpose of CRM, the mysterious and powerful organization that operates in the Walking Dead universe. The series will not end the Walking Dead universe, as there will still be several projects in development, such as the 11th and final season of The Walking Dead, which will air in 2024, the spin-off series, The Walking Dead World Beyond, which will conclude with its second season in 2023, and anthology series Tales of the Walking Dead, which will premiere in 2024, and the movie trilogy featuring Rick Grimes, which is expected to begin production in 2024. These projects will continue to explore and expand the Walking Dead universe and will introduce new characters, locations, and stories, as well as revisit some of the old ones. The series may also have a possible crossover with The Walking Dead, as well as a potential spin-off focusing on Madison Clark. A crossover is a collaboration for connection between two or more media products, where characters or elements from one production appear or interact with those from another product. A spin-off is a media product that is derived from another product and that focuses on a particular character, theme, or aspect of the original product. Some rumors fear The Walking Dead and The Walking Dead may have a crossover, as some of the characters from both series have already crossed over, such as Morgan, Jones, Dwight, and Sherry. There are also rumors that Madison Clark may have a spin-off, as she's a fan-favorite character, and her return in Season 8 has sparked a lot of interest and speculation. However, these rumors have not been confirmed or denied by the creators and producers of the series, so they are still uncertain and speculative. And that's everything we know about the Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 Part 2 so far. What are your predictions, hopes, and fears for this series finale? And which characters are you most excited to see again? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.